Hey everybody, Mike O'Brien with Brighton Area Fire Authority. Today we're with Lisa from Hush Intimate Apparel on Main Street in downtown Brighton. Lisa, you want to tell us how are things going for you?
Well, we actually closed our doors to business back not May, sorry, March, I think 23rd, 24th, right in there, when the second executive order came out. Initially, we thought that if it was going to be a short closure, we were thinking it would be 2 or 3 weeks and we could just reopen. And so, with the governor's executive order to shelter in place, we felt it was our responsibility to do the same, to go ahead and just close our doors and stay home. So then, when the executive order got extended, well, then we had to start rethinking our strategy. And so then we had to spend some time trying to figure out what that looks like. And now we're doing a little bit of phone orders, email orders, Facebook requests. And so that's kind of what we're doing now. But we project that we might be down as much as 18% for the year this year.
Okay. If it continues on the trend it is for sure, right?
Well, yeah, if we can open mid-May, you know, and start generating some income. I mean, we're generating some now,
Yeah.
but if we could open mid-May and maybe have only four customers in the store at a time and, do a limited fitting situation, then we probably will only be down about 18%. If we have to continue to operate curbside and shipping, by UPS and US mail, we'll be down more than that.
Now, you've been in business, help me out, like, am I
12 years.
getting older, but like 10 or 11 years?
12. Yeah.
12. Okay, so you've been
Yeah.
open 12 years, and I would say that you're known for very careful personal care, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
you build such strong relationships with the people that come in and out of your business. It's hard, probably. So
Yeah.
I would guess that probably some of your, right, we're not doing fittings curbside,
Nope.
but
Nope.
people that have been in your store, that you've got their measurements, you've got their numbers, you can probably make recommendations, and they can make those deliveries through phone consultation and other
Yeah.
things, right?
Correct. That is what we have started to do. Once I wrapped my head around the fact that we weren't going to, that this was bigger than what I had originally thought it would be, that is what we started to do. We've done some virtual consultations, and then again, like you said, anybody who has shopped here before or shopped at Hush before, we can just look up their records and we can either ship them what they already have owned, or like you said, we can make recommendations based on what they have purchased in the past.
That's what I hear from people that love your
Thank you.
store is, right, you guys are experts and truly good at what you do.
We are, and we love it. We absolutely love it. And so it's been it's been a little bit heartbreaking to not be able to be with our customers one on one, because that's what we do. And so we're not actually even set up for an e-commerce site because we truly believe in that one on one service. That absolutely you can buy clothing on the internet, but that one to one interaction is really where it's at. And we just strongly believe in that, because when you have someone in the store, it's different to see it and to touch it and to try it on.
So tell me about home. I'm sure you're now helping to educate your children. How's life working out of home?
Well, I spent 3 hours with my second grader this morning, and it was a iteration of, okay, just let's just read the instructions and see what it says. Let's try to do the assignment, and then like, okay, you're stressed out. Go take a 5 minute break. So and both my kids they're both successful academically. They don't struggle. So I'm really grateful for that. But this is different for them. My eighth grader's fine. She's totally self motivated. Um, Mostly self motivated. I have to check in with her and see if she's doing TikToks or homework. But
Yes.
yeah, my second grader is struggling a little bit.
All
So
right. So, what are you doing to help relieve stress? Have you kept an exercise routine? Are you chilling out with some Netflix once in a while? What's your go to?
actually, one of my employees does Beachbody, and so I signed up for that for a 2-week free trial. And so I'm working out probably 3 or 4 days a week. So on the upside, I'm getting in shape, I guess.
Good, good.
Yeah,
Now, have you and the family or you and your husband binge watched anything Netflix worthy?
all the things. Tiger King, which
Yeah.
wow, that's a whole different lifestyle. And then Cheer, which my daughter's a cheerleader, so we watched all
Oh,
the Cheer. Yeah, and then now we're watching All American. And then my son found a show called The Enlisted,
oh,
and it's
I
about
that one.
children who are implanted with some sort of chip, and then they're mind controlled. And so that was kind of interesting.
It's weird. It's got to be even more weird when you go downtown. We've had some incidents and runs that bring us through town maybe at like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., when usually downtown's a pretty happening place.
Yeah.
What's your feeling when you go downtown right now or go in and check on things in the office or the store? What's it feel like to you?
It feels sad to me. It feels sad and um, eerie a little bit too, because even when I do see people, it's not the same like warmth that I'm used to feeling downtown Brighton. I mean, the reason I located downtown was for the atmosphere. I just love it down there. And so even when I see people, it's normally, it used to be like, "Hey, how you doing?" even if I didn't know them. And now I say hi to people still, but like there's this weird energy of like, well, don't get too close to anybody, right? So it's just, I don't know, sad.
Why did you open Hush? What made you open up this store?
Well, I was in corporate America for a very long time. I have an engineering degree. So I worked for General Motors and some other companies prior to that for about 15, 20 years. I had my oldest, and I worked part time for a little bit. And then I was told I had to go back full time, and I just really didn't want to. And I didn't love corporate America to begin with because you get told a lot what you're supposed to do as opposed to being able to own your future. So that combined with there's another store like mine out in Birmingham, and she's been in business like 60 years. Matter of fact, she's passed, and her granddaughter runs it now. Um, and so I had come back from there after having my oldest daughter. Um, and I just jokingly said to my husband that it's too bad she wasn't selling because I would love to run a store like that. And he's like, "Well, you should open your own here in Brighton." I was like, "I should." So much to his chagrin, here we are.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, so tell me about your employees. Now, obviously, they're not working, but you have some
yeah.
pretty solid employees that I'm sure some of that is missing being with them, right?
Oh yeah, we have a group chat and we talk almost every single day, and I miss them so much. You're gonna make me cry. I miss my staff. I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have them. They're the heart and the soul there.
A leader within our community.
Mm,
You own a very successful business. So, what would you say has been maybe a lesson learned that you would share?
um, that you have to be on top of your game, really, and that you have to be open to change. Um, I would say that those are the two biggest things that I've learned. And then also, I guess, just holding on to my faith in this
Hmm.
time of struggle.
Hmm. That's been so. Does that mean you've been doing some remote church? Have you been doing
Oh
Sundays
yeah,
at
yeah,
home?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Which my pastor's going to be sorry to hear that I actually like that. I drink my coffee. I can sit in my pajamas.
So, do
So,
you want to do a plug for your church? Which one are you going to?
oh, Cornerstone.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I love it there.
We heard from Pam earlier, who
Oh yeah,
obviously is the piano player at
yeah,
Cornerstone any
yeah,
Sunday. So she was saying that it just didn't feel the same. She's just rocking and rolling on her piano, and it didn't feel the same. So
yeah. It's not the same. I mean, I listen to the worship part of it, and I can see them singing and playing, and it just doesn't have the same feel.
yeah. So I think that's probably what so many of us are missing, right? When we miss our businesses, our meals. We're not going to make you pick Brighton. So, a restaurant outside of Brighton, what are you looking forward to maybe going on a date with your husband when this is all said and done?
outside of Brighton?
Outside of Brighton, because I don't want you to pick your favorite Brighton. Nobody has answered my question yet when we asked this question.
Gravity in Milford.
Oh, I have not been there. Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're part of the Small Town Big Hearts initiative in downtown Brighton. Tell us about that.
Well, since I sit on the DDA, we were presented with it really just a day or two before it was launched. And at first, I wasn't sure how I felt about one asking people for money because I'm not a charity. And then I was also concerned about the competition amongst the businesses downtown because I didn't want it to become a popularity contest. But after it was presented, I really felt like it really is an amazing opportunity. And that if people want to donate, they will. And if they don't, they won't. And I'm just really grateful. We set a low goal because again, I wanted everybody to have a share. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to kind of be a greedy Gus and ask for a ton of money when there are other businesses who might need it more. But we did create a campaign and we've already reached our goal, which I was just like, I was really blown away. So sorry. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, not a charity. So I didn't expect people to want to donate, but overwhelmingly people did. And not only did they donate, but people also reached out and said, can I make a purchase? And, things like that. Or even the people who couldn't donate or make a purchase reached out and said, I will be there when you reopen. So.
And I have to think, and I didn't ask you this question ahead of time, but can I buy a gift card, right? If somebody wanted to get ahead of the curve and maybe help you guys out right now, could we buy a gift card for future purchases?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what's the best way to do that? Through the webpage?
Yep, there's a order here button on our website, which basically takes you to a form to fill out. And then what we'll do is call when we're in the store and we can do the purchase over the phone and get it mailed out or curbside.
All right. Small Town Big Hearts is done in conjunction with the DDA as well as Lake Trust, who's doing some marketing for certain things. And so it's any of our businesses that have put themselves out on, help me out, it's
Patronicity.
Patronicity.
Yep.
And so the DDA is kind of like from the railroad tracks, all of Main Street, parts of Grand River, and there's some areas in there. So we got a lot of businesses. We'll put a link in the show notes for today. But people can hook up and support Hush. They can hook up and support other businesses. So what do you look forward to getting back into business? What is the biggest aspect when we can hopefully open the doors back up at Hush? What are you looking forward to?
Seeing people, like just seeing people, getting big hugs. I miss that.
They may be with masks on, but hugs and maybe we need a Hush line of masks. As
I know, right?
As
I have somebody who's making us some masks, so
beautiful.
We'll be ready.
Lisa, is there anything else you want to share with everybody?
I just really appreciate you doing this. I really do. So, and I obviously appreciate what the DDA and Lake Trust is doing for the small businesses downtown too.
I think it's going to take that entrepreneurial spirit that you described for all of us to get through this. I think it's going to take a small army. I'm so grateful for Brighton, its businesses, and the community, because I think you're seeing that small bit of support that we know is within our community. And so I think we're all so grateful for it.
Thanks.
So, well, thank you, Lisa, for spending time with us. We know that some great things are going to happen. We know things aren't always going to be the same, but probably, and we know this together, we're going to get through this. So